You cannot go to a 7-Eleven or a Dunkin' Donuts unless you have a slight Indian accent. I'm not joking.
How many turkeys you got down there? You raising?
Circulation range grows about 9.5 million.
God love you. 9.5 million turkeys. I tell you what, that's like some of the countries I've been to. Anyway, do you want to talk?
In New York, VP Biden.
I will.
It's a long way until November. We got more questions.
You got more questions, but I tell you, if you have a problem figuring out whether you're for me or Trump, then you ain't black.
Let's check in with the leader of the free world, whose brain appeared to break again. In the past week, the president seemed to struggle when talking about all sorts of things, including what his administration was doing about Russia.
We're going to seize their yachts, their luxury homes, and other ill-begotten gains of Putin's kleptocracy. Kleptocracy and the guys who are the kleptocracies.
More people supporting me in the black community that have announced for me because they know me. They know who I am. 3 former chairs of the Black Caucus. The only African-American woman that ever been elected to the United States Senate. A whole range of people.
No,
my point is
that's not true. The other one is here.
I said the first. I said the first African-American elected. Come on. First African-American. So my...
He was a famous African-American baseball player in America.
You know, I sit on the stand, and it get hot. I got hairy legs that turn blonde in the sun. And the kids used to come up and reach in the pool and rub my leg down so it was straight, and then watch the hair come back up again. They'd look at it. So I learned about roaches. I learned about kids jumping on my lap. And I've loved kids jumping on my lap. My grandpa was named Ambrose Finnegan. As kitchen table, I learned. I used to say, Joey, nobody's better than you, but you're no better than anybody else. If it holds near and dear to you that you like to be able to, anyway. We hold these truths to be self-evident. All men and women created by you know the thing. So you go ahead and you stack spaghetti sauce at a store and in a supermarket. You control the guy or the woman who brings out the carts on a forklift. You got the vaccination?
Yeah.
Are you okay? I mean, you seem no, it works. Or or the mom and dad. Or the neighbor, or when you go to church, or when you're... No, I really mean it. There are trusted interlocutors. Think of the people, if your kid wanted to find out whether or not there's a man on the moon, or whatever, something, or, whether those aliens are here or not. America. God bless you all. To the word united, to the number 30330, 30330, or 303330, or POO, wait, but you got it. That saves billions of gallons of gasoline. I mean, billions of, I think it's $2.3 billion worth of, $500 billion in savings and 2-point-something billion metric tons of CO2 going in the air.
After the vote. Yeah.
that we deal with WHO the right way, that in fact, that's when things began to change. We need to work again with Canada and Mexico as neighbors, not as adversaries.
How would you say your mental focus is?
Oh, it's focused. I haven't, look, I have trouble even saying to myself, my own head, the number of years. I no more think of myself as being as old as I am than fly. I mean, it's just not, I haven't observed anything in terms of, there's not things I don't do now that I did before, whether it's physical or mental or anything else. Those what I've long said, America is a nation that can be defined in a single word. I was going to foot 10, 12, 15, oops, stepping on it's black, anyway.
Great job. Hey, everyone. I'm Joe Biden's husband. Hey, everyone. I'm Joe Biden's husband.
Mr. President, we love you. We love you. Why are you riding a bike? Is it because of petrol prices? Or? Oh!
To get something done, if it holds near and dear to you that you like to be able to, anyway. That saves billions of gallons of gasoline. I mean, billions of $2.3 billion worth of, $500 billion in savings and 2-something billion metric tons of CO2 going in the air.
Mr. President, thank you. At the end of such a momentous event, the word thank you seems kind of inadequate. But for all the millions whose lives will be saved, for the communities where life will be transformed, thank you. So thank you, President Biden, for your outstanding...
By the way, this is my little sister, Valerie, and I'm Jill's husband. Oh, no, this is the... We choose science over fiction. We choose truth over fact.
Justice, sorry, as a bug. Speaking of the environment, I looked at it anyway. That's what I think my plan. I know what my plan does.
Estimated 200 million people have died, probably by the time I finish this talk.
That's why I made it a priority my entire career to work closely with you. From the time I got to the Senate 180 years ago, as well as my tenure as vice president. I married up. I was one of those guys my whole life. I've been surrounded by women who've taken care of me. Maybe they're smarter than I am. My younger sister used to be 3 years younger than me. Now she's 23 years younger. There's not a single solitary Biden man that is younger than any Biden woman. And Biden's being Biden's being an extremist.
The President of the United States.
From Charlotte, another line going from in Florida down to Tampa.
Putin's kleptocracy. Yeah. He gave me permission to touch him.
Okay, does Joe Biden have a brother? I'm lucky I have 2 younger brothers. I'm the oldest of 3, and I've got a sister who's the love of my life.
Police Chief Murray of the Baltimore, Police Chief Murphy, Paul of Baton Rouge, Louisiana. And because it was a 4-lane highway that was accessible, my mother drove us, and rather than us be able to walk. And guess what? The first frost, you know what was happening? You had to put on their windshield wipers to get literally the oil slick off the window. That's why I and so damn many other people I grew up have cancer. And why for the longest time, Delaware had the highest cancer rate in the nation. But that's the past. And we're going to build a different future.